Alright, so in this video we're going to work on some proportion questions from Ratios and Proportions worksheet number 2. Alright, we're going to do questions 6 and 7. So prior to this video you should know the basics of a proportion. If you need some review with that, please view the other proportion videos before viewing this video. Alright, so number 6, Ethan writes 1/6 of a page in 1/12 of a minute. How much time does it take him to write a full page? All right, so let's underline some keywords. Ethan writes 1/6 of a page in 1/12 of a minute. How much time does it take him to write a full page? All right, now you know in a proportion, units matter a lot. All right, so in this question, we're only given 2 units here. We're given pages and minutes. So you can either go about your proportion pages over minutes or minutes over pages. All right, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to just pick pages over minutes. So page over minutes. All right, and throughout our proportion we would have to stick with pages over minutes. Okay, so on the left side of the proportion we're going to put what we know, and on the right side we're going to put the unknown. All right, so let's see what we know. Ethan writes 1/6 of a page in 1/12 of a minute. So I'm going to write that as 1/6 of a page in 1/12 of a minute. Okay, we can set that equal to something that we don't know. Well, if you look at the question, it says how much time does it take him to write a full page? All right, so before we even do that, you know that the second ratio is going to be pages over minutes. Well, since it says how much time, that indicates that we don't know how much time. So we're going to put an X right there. And how much time does it take him to write a full page? Well, a full page means 1 page. All right, so now we have our proportion, and all we need to do is cross multiply. So let's do that. So I'm going to start out with 1/6 times X. 1/6 times X. Don't forget your equal sign. Equals 1/12 times 1. Well, you know anything times 1 is going to give us the same exact number. 500 times 1 is 500. 1 billion times 1 is 1 billion. Therefore, 1/12 times 1 is 1/12. All right, so this is what we're left with. Let me just drag this over to the side so we have more room to work with. All right. So now we have 1/6x equals 1/12. And you know whatever number is next to x, that's what we need to divide by. All right. If it was 2x, we would divide by 2. If it was 3x, we would divide by 3. In this case, it's 1/6x equals 1/12. Therefore, we have to divide by 1/6. And remember, whatever we do to one side, we need to do to the other. Okay. And once again, if we had 2 divided by 2, it would be 1. 3 divided by 3, it would be 1. 1 million divided by 1 million, it would be 1. So therefore, 1/6 divided by 1/6, that is 1. And we would be left with 1x, which is the same as just x. Bring down the equal sign. And over here we have 1/12 divided by 1/6. All right, that's how we read it. We read it top to bottom. 1/12 divided by 1/6. I'm going to go ahead and do the work on the side just so I don't confuse myself. So 1/12 divided by 1/6. And that's going to be 1/12 times 6 over 1. That gives me 6 over 12, which is the same as 1/2. 1/2. All right, so that means x equals 1/2. And this is where we would go ahead and throw our units back in. Well, if we look over here, x was in minutes. So we could go ahead and put x equals 1/2 or 1/2 a minute. All right, and in closing, we could write, it would take Ethan half a minute to write a full page. All right. So let's move on to the next question now. So it says, Steve goes to the deli to buy egg salad. That should say buy, B-U-Y. He wants to buy 2 3/4 of a pound. Half a pound costs $2.25. How much does Steve spend on egg salad? All right. So in this case, we're working with both fractions and decimals. And I much rather prefer to work with one of them. We're either going to work with all fractions or we're either going to work with all decimals. All right. So let's compare this to the first question that we just did, number 6. The reason we did not change them into decimals is actually because 1/6 and 1/12, they are both non-terminating decimals. All right, so if we were to convert them into decimals, we would basically be multiplying numbers that never end. So it's better to leave them as decimals. Whereas in number 7, we have 2 3/4, right? 2 3/4. And we know that we could rewrite that as 2.75. Okay? And if we look at another part of the question, it says half a pound. Well, you also know that half a pound is 0.5. All right, so let's reread the question. Steve goes to the deli to buy egg salad. He wants to buy 2.75 pounds. Half a pound costs $2.25. How much does Steve spend on egg salad? All right, so once again, we're given 2 units over here. The 2 units that we're given is pounds and dollars. All right, so we can either start with pounds over dollars or dollars over pounds. It does not matter. All right, so let's do dollars over pounds. Okay, so let's fill in what we know. Well, it says he wants to buy 2.75 pounds. Half a pound costs $2.25. All right, so that indicates that we know that a half pound is $2.25. All right, this is going to be equal to something that we don't know. Well, we don't know how much 2.75 pounds is. So 2.70 pounds being consistent with what we did earlier. 2.75 pounds. And we don't know how much that costs, so we're going to put X dollars. All right, so now we have our proportion. Let's just cross multiply. On the left side, we have 0.5 times X equals 2.25 times 2.75. All right, so you would do the work on the side to save time in the video. I have it already. 6 is going to be, well, let's write it out. 2.25 times 2.75. That's going to equal 6.1875. All right, now we have 0.5x equals 6.1875. And we just have to divide by 0.5 now. Once again, left side. That divides to 1. We're left with x equals 12.375. All right? So remember that x is in dollars. We can't have $12.375, okay? And if we were to round this down to 12.37, we would not have enough for 2.75 pounds. So we would have to round this to $12.38. All right? So, in closing, Steve spends $12.38 on 2.75 pounds of egg salad. Okay? Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for other videos to come.